guys, Will here with WTF Car Reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Kia Sportage X Pro all-wheel drive Prestige.
And a big thanks to George and the rest of the management and staff here at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for George.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Sportage has been Kia's compact SUV since 1993. The 5th generation Sportage that you see here was all new in Kia's lineup for 2023, and for 2025, expect this to be the final unchanged model year for the Sportage, since its Hyundai Tucson sibling is due for a pretty drastic facelift this year. The gas engine Sportage is available either in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, available in 6 trim levels, ranging from the $29,000 EX up to the $38,000 X Pro all-wheel drive Prestige that we have here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So since its release for 2023, from a styling perspective, really not a whole lot has changed. But with this top-of-the-line X Pro Prestige, really not a whole lot needs to change. It is a good looker. We get full LED headlamps, projectors for the high and low beam, which are also LED daytime running lights, forward-facing camera, which helps us out with the 360, and we get the blind spot cameras on both of the mirrors. Radiator up front for the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, functional airflow in the corners, fog lights, and full front parking sensing. This green metallic paint color is a good looker. Unfortunately, it's a cloud in front of the sun, so it's not going to sparkle as much as it potentially would, but I'm sure the sun will come out at some point. You'll be able to see the green metallic. The wheel and tire setup, this is why you go for the X Pro, are these beefy all-terrains. These are 17-inch Y-spoke black rims wrapped in BF Goodrich Trail Terrain T/A all-terrain tires, some of the more aggressive all-terrains for the SUV segment, while still keeping the ride quality really plush with zero road noise coming in through the cabin. Anyway, dimensions are 235/65 R17s. The 235 wide tires with all-wheel drive will have no problem putting the power down, and the 65 series sidewall should keep this as one of the best ride qualities in the compact SUV segment on the road today. We get plastic cladding for the wheel well area to protect us against some rock chips. Same thing for the rocker panel side skirt area. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Blind spot camera on the mirror, LED turn signal on it with a black contrast. We get a full black contrasted roof, which makes this SUV look a lot cleaner. Blacked out pillars and all black trim for the window trim. Now that the sun's poking out, let's take a step back, take a quick look at this green metallic paint color, and it is just a downright gorgeous color, probably my favorite color here on the 2025 Sportage X Pro Prestige. But speaking of the X Pro Sportage Prestige, let's take a quick look at this window sticker with the jungle green exterior with the black roof, black interior. Standard features on the X Pro, you guys can pause, take a look. It already comes loaded, but with the Prestige, you also get LED rear combination lights, blind spot view monitor, surround view monitor, that's the 360, parking collision avoidance assist for reverse, parking distance warning up front, power front passenger seat, and ventilated front seats you get for the Prestige. $395 for the jungle green black roof contrasted paint color, $175 for the floor mats, $1375 for the destination charge, totaling us out a tick above $40,000. 26 combined MPGs, 23 in the city, 30 on the highway. With these beefy all-terrain tires, that is good fuel economy. Same rear wheel and tire setup, the only difference is a smaller brake caliper. Hopefully you get a good look at that aggressive tread block here for these trail terrain BF Goodrich tires. We get a push to open gas cap, no easy fill, and you can throw 87 octane fuel for this 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. We get an LED third brake light up top, full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Blacked out Sportage X Pro right next to it. Shout out Century Kia of Tampa for helping make this review possible. Blacked out Kia logo, full rear parking sensing. Hopefully you get a good look at the exhaust tip in the lower right corner. So before we fire this thing up, the reverse light, as you see, is right underneath the license plate. But speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder sold by Kia for the 2025 Sportage. And it sounds okay, cranking out 187 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque, Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 8-second range, so definitely not the quickest, but it feels very responsive with this 8-speed and 2.5-liter combo. You'll see once you take it out for a drive. For just driving around town and regular highway driving, this is more than enough power that you would need. We can shut this hood right down. It is pretty heavy without the hydraulic struts. At this price point, the struts would probably be appreciated. We can walk around this 2025 Kia Sportage X Pro Prestige one more time, and let's take a step inside and see what we get with a top-of-the-line 2025 Sportage. So up top we get soft touch materials, aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats, wood trim in the center, auto one-touch windows up front, power windows out rear, 4-way adjustable mirrors, and a gushy soft leather armrest. Solid storage. You'll fit a foot long with a 16 to 24 ounce water bottle up front. Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds really good. Plastic step and plate. We get the leather seats with quilts in the center, perforated, heated, and ventilated. Very comfortable seats with pretty solid bolstering as well. We get lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. But although not a whole lot has changed since its release back in 2023, really not a whole lot needs to change. This is a top-notch premium interior, leather-wrapped steering wheel. It is thick, good steering heft too, solid 10 and 2, solid 9 and 3, hard plastic horn area. The horn itself, loud and aggressive. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do not get dual panes, but it's a decently thick single pane of glass. Aluminum frame for the wheel, voice commands, AM, FM, Sirius, volume and skip controls, favorites, hang up and answer your phone calls. On the right side, radar cruise control with lane keep assist and our adjustments for the infotainment. Right now we're looking at our advanced safety feature screen, drive info, sensory fueling, accumulated info, auto stop, and a digital speedo. You can see your turn-by-turn and compass. Press it again with power distribution and tire pressure monitoring system. Right back to where we started. My personal favorite would be the digital speedo, so we'll leave it there. The stocks have a satisfying click with our blind spot cameras. Hopefully you pick those up on camera. Auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers, all appreciated features. The digital gauge display is also very premium. Looks a little bit different compared to the other Kia models. It adjusts depending on your drive mode. Speaking of drive mode, this is Sport. Gives you silver and red contrasted gauges. Smart mode changes it up to where we were. Same with snow and same with normal. So only Sport really changes it up. We'll start off in normal, try out Sport, and you'll see what the differences are. Tilt and telescoping steering column, electronic parking brake, interior brightness. You can turn off the traction control and open up your trunk. Hopefully you can pick up the aluminum outline pedals with the hood latch release in the corner. Aluminum outlining your air vents with some gloss black, stitching for the dashboard. The touchscreen, this was one of the first vehicles in Kia's lineup to do the dual 12.3-inch screens, and it's still a top-notch premium display. The response is downright excellent. You can hide this media function and have a full screen touchscreen display. Not quite as good a response as some of the other Kias that we've been reviewing on this channel. It's still the previous system, just with the new screens, but it's still very, very good overall for its response, which will get updated next year for 2026. My personal favorite would be the map, so we'll leave it there. And again, the response, not as great as the new Kias, but still really, really good. More aluminum outline of the air vents beneath, some wood trim beneath the air vents. We get Kia's new dual climate and media interface. So although a lot of manufacturers are exclusively making their climate control through the touchscreen, Kia is isolating it from the touchscreen, but they are combining it with their media interface. So right now it's a dual zone climate control system. You press this button up top and it becomes your media interface, where the temperature becomes the volume adjustment and the tune on the right side, with our map, nav, favorites, seek, track, radio, media, and setup shortcuts beneath it. I prefer the climate, so we'll leave it there. Beneath that, we have a wireless phone charging pad, USB-C port, and USB-A port. 12-volt right next to that. Engine start stop. The gear selector controlling the 8-speed automatic transmission. The backup camera has a great resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory with an over-the-top 360 camera right next to it. Our other views include an over-the-top trailer hitch view and a blind spot view, so you don't have to worry about scuffing up these beautiful wheels and tires. The 360, you can adjust and spin all around your 2025 Sorento, and you throw it right back into park, and it returns right back to the previous screen. Behind that, we have hill descent control, auto hold for the electronic parking brake, center differential locker for the all-wheel drive system. Turn off the auto engine start stop. You can turn off the parking sensors and access the camera at all time. And this is still the backup camera, not the forward facing. You get a heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated seats, 2 cup holders which you can open and close if you want to fit in some larger cups. This is the process, pretty easy. You can press the button and it opens right back up. A ton of storage all throughout the center stack, decently soft padded stitched armrests with a very solid amount of space. I'd expect you to fit 7 or 8 12-ounce cans in there. The glove box is damped, not lined in felt, but you'll fit 20 to 22 and a half maybe license plates in there. Easily should fit a pair of shoes, probably a third shoe with no issues. Basically a frameless rearview mirror, but it's not auto dimming at this price point. I would appreciate an auto dimming mirror. The interior lights are LED, and the sunroof, moonroof is massive. We can open up the shade, which opens up very quickly. We can open up the glass right after it, which doesn't open up as quickly, but it's solid. We'll see how far it opens up, see if it goes out any further. It does not, but towards the end of the front row, we can poke our way out of here. It's a hot one today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 92, according to this 2025 Sportage. We can shut this glass right up. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin, but that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this 2025 Kia Sportage top of the line X Pro all-wheel drive Prestige. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the material. So up top, just hard plastic, but we still get that wood trim in the center, aluminum door handle and leather wrapped armrest with some soft touch materials in the center of the door panel. Power window, additional one of our Harman Kardon speakers. You'll fit a 24-ounce water bottle in that compartment. The rear seats are still perforated and quilted. Got that Corvette flying back there. Pretty solid bolstering too for a back seat, and the legroom looks really impressive for a compact. Speaking of that, let's take a step inside. And yeah, at 6 feet tall, I still got like 6-7 inches of knee room, headroom. Even with the moonroof, I have over an inch of it. The seats recline, and in the furthest reclined mode, now I have like 6 inches of headroom and still several inches of knee room. This is a really comfortable back seat. Probably one of the most spacious back seats in the compact segment. We still get air vents, some storage beneath it, mat pockets behind both of the front seats, USB-C ports to the sides of both the front seats, hooks perfect for grocery bags without anything flying all throughout this interior. Ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof. We get hooks for both of the grab handles in the back seat, and the interior lights back here is LED. We get additional hooks for the headrest. That's good for purses or more grocery bags. Taking a step out towards the cargo space, that's about it for the interior of this 2025 Sportage X Pro all-wheel drive Prestige. Let's check out the cargo space real quick, see how much space is offered back here, and then take this car out for a drive. So the electric opening trunk is a useful feature. This trunk is massive. I keep forgetting this is a compact SUV. This really isn't a whole lot smaller than the Sorento we just reviewed in this channel. The step-in is low. My knee is just about the same height as the step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, they shouldn't have any trouble hopping back here. You got latches to fold the second row seats down 60-40 split. You fold them down. I'd expect you to fit at least an 80-inch TV back here. That is big for a compact. The wheel wells don't protrude all that much. Secret storage, we have a little bit around our spare tire, subwoofer in the corner. Tie downs towards the rear of the corner with a 12-volt, 180-watt LED interior light right behind it. We can shut this trunk right down with a click of a button. It gives you about 2 seconds to take a step back. So if you got grocery bags or cargo in your hands, you don't have to necessarily worry about getting doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for this fully loaded top of the line 2025 Kia Sportage X Pro all-wheel drive Prestige. It is a loaded vehicle. For sub 40,000 bucks, I mean around 40,000 bucks after destination, you get so much for the money. This two-tone paint color is beautiful. These tires are rugged, and this interior is loaded. If you're okay with a sub 200 horsepower power plant, I mean, this might be the best value vehicle out on the road today. Performance-wise, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Kia Sportage X Pro all-wheel drive Prestige. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, the steering feels really well weighted, sharp, and direct. Compared to the Carnival and Sorento we just reviewed on this channel, this is the best steering rack that I've felt, and considering that we have these beefy all-terrains up front, that says a lot. You put some low-profile tires here, I'm sure the steering will feel even better. Hopefully you guys can pick up the blind spot cameras. Those are very useful features, especially changing lanes on the highway. If you're, let's say, an inexperienced driver or even just slightly distracted. But taking a step out here in normal mode, the throttle response is good. You don't really feel a whole lot of mid-range, but the initial bite is solid, and up top it is a screamer like most naturally aspirated engines tend to be. We can try it out in sport real quick, just see what changes up. The gauges change up, the steering gets a little bit heavier. Very sharp and direct steering rack. Good response. Mid-range doesn't really exist, but lean into about halfway. Yeah, after about 4,000 RPM, it starts to build power a little bit better. You can slow down a little bit, lean into a little bit more, see how it is up top on the gas. Yeah, there we go. Underneath 4,500, you don't really get a whole lot of power, but after 4,500, it's surprisingly peppy. I can see 0 to 60 happening probably closer to the mid 8-second range. With front-wheel drive, with a little bit less drivetrain loss, maybe you can get closer to the low 8s, maybe high 7s, but with the all-wheel drive, you get a little bit more drivetrain loss, and it doesn't feel nearly as powerful up top as it potentially could with the front-wheel drive. But body roll and turning radius test, let's see what we got. Body roll is limited, just about the same as the Sorento. The turning radius looks like it might be a little tiny bit wider than a Sorento, but really just about the exact same, about a third throttle. Sport mode, yeah, it goes to about 4,000 RPM. We got an officer coming our way, no need to go too crazy. But the ride quality with these all-terrains is very plush. I am impressed. We can try out one more moving pull from low speeds. There's a guy behind me, no need to be too obnoxious, but on the gas, woo! I mean, yeah, it gets up and goes. It feels just about as quick as, like, say, the Hyundai Santa Cruz with the 2.5 and all-wheel drive. My girlfriend has a Santa Cruz, and it feels competitive. This might actually feel a tiny, tiny bit quicker than a Santa Cruz, but really, really not by much. We'll try it out back in normal mode. We'll finish it off in normal mode. The blind spot cameras are really cool. You can try one out off the line, just see what the response would feel like in normal mode, off the line, on the gas. Good response. It feels good up top. It feels really good down low. It's just that mid-range. This vehicle could use a turbocharger, and considering that Hyundai is really starting to not use their 1.6 nearly as frequently, I'm not sure if we'll actually end up getting it. We can take a step out here, open her up a little bit more, try her out in these manual shifts, first gear. Good response. Snappy shifts. I don't know what this guy in the van is doing. He's all over the place, but we can try out a real world turning radius, rev match downshifts. See what this thing's got for the turning radius. It is sharp on the gas. Woo! Good response in the shifts. Gets up and goes. It's not blowing you away, but it sounds pretty good with the naturally aspirated 2.5. We can try out the active steering, lane keep assist, whatever you like to call it. Kia Hyundai, they do an amazing job with their lane keep assist system. I don't even have to keep my hands on the wheel for the most part. Once the lines do start to fade out, it gets a little bit sketchy. But as long as the lines are dark and boldly drawn out onto the road, this might be the best lane keep assist system out on the road today. Through the turn, let's see what it's got. The lines fade out, so it's going to get sketchy, so I'm going to put my hands right here. But as you see, it keeps us going through the turn the entire time. It's starting to yell at me to keep my hands out on the wheel. But an unbelievable lane keep assist system, and really an unbelievable vehicle under 40,000 bucks. After destinations, $40,000 and $35. But you are getting your money's worth. It's not the most powerful engine, but that's it. Outside of the engine, you are getting everything you could possibly want or need in a sub $40,000 SUV. An unbelievably spacious back seat, heated and ventilated seats, great looks, great driving dynamics. The tech is brand new. Bowman Harman Kardon audio system. You're getting everything here, just without necessarily the most powerful engine. If you don't need the car to go 60 in 5.4 seconds, I mean, come on. How many people really routinely use their max engine power on a daily basis? If you're just looking for a commuter car with every bell and whistle, a comfortable driving experience, and enough space to fit 5 full-size adults, I would 1000% recommend checking out the 2025 Kia Sportage X Pro with all-wheel drive in the Prestige package. The all-wheel drive, if you're going to get an SUV, a more rugged SUV with all-terrain tires, I would say the all-wheel drive is just about a must-have, and this Prestige package for the X Pro is also just about a must-have. I would definitely recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to George and the rest of the management and staff here at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for George. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.